Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's a coach. And this is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form, winners of 6 of their last 8. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Running jet sweep here, Humphries. And an alley to run. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Tannehill on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters. Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability. Plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Ready. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Come on, set. 10 over.
Tannehill on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Lewis here on first down. And he's got this down to the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Let's take a look now at how Green Bay will line up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And the mantra of this unit, get to the football. Fly to the ball carrier. And you know how you can tell that they do it really well? At the end of each play, when you click off the frame, count the number of guys that are around the ball carrier. It's always 7, 8, 9 guys. They get to them each and every play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He'll get this one complete to Davis. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he locates Walker, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Alpha.
54. Mike 54. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Check nine, check nine.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Adams has it. Good play. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
No gain on the play there. Second down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. These two teams all tied after one.
Let's get off the field, D. Check out, three. Alert three, alert three. Alert three. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jonnu Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And Walker has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Tannehill, and finding the tight end Hooper. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Tannehill, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the 50, it's Tannehill. He gets it to Humphries. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Switches.
Hey, we are going.
And able to find Alan Lazard. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
26. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On play action, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a give, right side. It's Taylor, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Tannehill. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to run.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Tannehill, give him 6. Try to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Ready? And Lobo.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to it.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Target. Mike, 55. Right there.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Yeah, I'm here all day. Mike, 55.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Rodgers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All day, every day, any day. Out. Get Mike. 54, right there. 50. 50. Hey, you block over here. Mike's by 4. Man, I got you.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. From there, it's up to New Era Field in Orchard Park to check on the Bills. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Tight dog.
30.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Rodgers now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Easy.
55, come on, guy, 55. Here we go.
50.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
5.
Hey, check right, check right.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Bravo.
Let's see what you got.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
On the ready.
So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw, Tannehill. It's caught, Humphries. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
70, Indy.
Defense, our time. It's our time. He's crashing.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. Shifts past him at the 45.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go on fourth. Tannehill. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough. To keep the chains moving.
Ready? 8, read.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
5.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Lewis. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rodgers again now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They try again with Lewis. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. On the draw, this is Lewis. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, and even 40 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Allen Lazard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tannehill on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Tannehill. Going underneath for Lewis. And they'll get him down here at the 23. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but more mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good. Chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He gets it to Humphries. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down, Titans gain of 12.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Tannehill throwing again. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see in his post-game slumber. So they've got to figure out a way to slow things down a little bit. Some screen. Passes, some draws, anything to make the defensive front hesitate a little bit. Think on their way back to the quarterback, maybe even a quarterback draw, some type of tendency breaker to change things up.
Exactly. Whatever the case, something to mix it up here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
60
After the penalty, it's Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll be second down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Down. Head over. Now.
It's out time, guys. It's out time.
Now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Back to throw. Costello. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Off the play fake. Costello. And he's going to go down again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Now Tannehill, complete. This is Lewis. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled out a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Tannehill now to throw. He's got Lewis. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Set. 10-2 start.
You better break. I'm letting you know right now. You better.
To the air again, Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Ready. 94.
Double time, guys. Double time. Everyone, you got 4 down.
Now.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease. Romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for Green Bay, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.